Indiana. Welcome to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show, presented by Scott K. Nichols and State Farm Insurance. And now, here's your hosts, Brandon Reef and Jonathan Birdsong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 296. I'm your host, Brandon Reef. We've got a big show tonight. We've got plenty to talk about. The NBA regular season is over. Half of the play-in tournament is over for the Western Conference. Eastern Conference gets their show tonight. We've got the playoffs ready. Start this weekend. We've got college basketball news and notes. My, oh, my. We've got a little Masters talk. We've got WNBA, Caitlin Clark. We've got that to talk. We take your calls and more. A little NFL talk as well tonight. And we'll see if Jonathan's ready to go scorched earth again, kind of like he did last week. Last week, Jonathan Birdsong, my co-host, folks, he went off. And I got a lot of messages. A lot of different podcasts got messages that they ain't ever seen it before. And the ratings actually went up, him doing it. So I think we need to do even more. So, Jonathan, how are you? Welcome.
What's going on, man? I got a different audio connection, man. Am I coming in crystal clear or no?
Yes. A little bit louder, but you be good.
Okay, man. Good. Hey, man, listen. I'm going to say an apology, man, because I forgot you kind of left the Big East for quite some time. So, you know what I'm saying, when Jay Wright was just stacking up Big East championships and whatnot, like that, I was actually unfactual. You know what I'm saying? You can't win it if you're not in it. They were actually outside the Big East. So another conversation for another time, but I just wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I'm always factual, man. But like, man, it's good to be back on the podcast. It's good to be back on the show. I know we got a lot to talk about, from the Caitlin Clark effect to NFL draft to the NBA playoffs, man. So where you want to deep dive at first, Brandon?
Yeah, we'll go to the NBA first, John. But yeah, it's. I think I've got my new enemy. We talk about professionalism, right? On the court, off the court, media credentials, media. You act professional. You have a standard to withhold, whether you're at a press conference, whether you're at a game, all that. Right, John?
Correct. Absolutely.
Let me tell you something about this pervert, Greg Doyle.
Uh-oh.
This guy is a creep. Complete creep. I don't care who hears it. I think everybody needs to hear it. This man, John, went to a press conference today to introduce Caitlin Clark. And the first thing he does in a creepy tone is say, I got to do this, and gives her the little heart thing that she does to her family and whatnot. And she's like, oh, yeah, this is to my family. I do it after every game. And he goes, oh, well, hopefully after today you'll be doing it to me after every game. What the hell? What a creep. The man is getting roasted on Twitter by the thousands. He is number 10 trending on Twitter. There's people calling to Indy Star to have him fired. It was unprofessional. She felt very uncomfortable.
It's love professional, man. You can't be crushing on the talent, man.
She felt very uncomfortable answering that.
Works,
and he looked like a pervert, a complete pervert. He's blocked me now. The pervert has, because I've went in on him.
Brandon, you're gonna get blocked by half the sports media internet, man.
It's just Josina Anderson, Jamel Hill, and now Greg Doyle. Those three.
There you go. Line them up.
I'll say this. Dan Dawkins was right about Doyle. I'll say that. He's got that point. Pervert.
Double D.
Pervert. I see him. Pervert. NBA. We'll get to Caitlin in the most professional way ever. But let's go to the NBA, John. Pacers. Had a chance to move up in the standings before the playoffs to get to possibly that 4 seed or even the 5, but they laid an egg in Cleveland, and then they came out and just mollywopped the Atlanta Hawks. Pacers are the 6th seed. They have their rivals, you could call it now, the Milwaukee Bucks, the 3 seed that starts this Sunday night. Bucks, Pacers.
Right.
Giannis could be out for at least the first couple games. John, I like the matchup. Bring on the Bucks.
I like the matchup too. I know a lot of that Pacers, they had a coaching change, the Milwaukee Bucks did. Did it really improve the team? I don't think so. They got some connectivity issues between Giannis and the coach and really Dame Lillard.
He wants out, I hear.
If you believe, what kind of, you say what up?
I hear he wants out. You're not happy.
Yeah. So when you hear things like that, like how can they have connectivity issues, man. So you have to favor the Pacers. The Pacers are the hungrier wolf team, right? In this scenario, their superstar player is hurt. I'm sure they'll get max effort the first game, at Milwaukee. But like the Pacers should really go into it thinking, and they are on paper and on the court, they are the better team, and they should just handle business and get that, get that thing, get to second round, get the Pacers. Like Indianapolis, it's your time right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say for this series, we can't have people going away for it. We can't have people call, and it may be too soon, but we can't have people doing the Fletcher lawyer and no showing in this. It can't happen. Tyrese Halliburton has to have a star game. So does Miles Turner.
Right.
I will be nervous to see how Tyrese Halliburton handles Patrick Beverley being in his grill for 48 minutes. Because that's a different monster on the defensive end that will talk trash, that will get in your head. His job will be to get in his head. And how is Tyrese going to be able to handle that? That's going to be a concern for me. They didn't have Pat Bev the 5 times that we played him earlier this year, just as much as we didn't have Pascal Siakam the first 5 times we played them this year. So, but I will be curious. I think one of the keys is how will Tyrese Halliburton respond to Pat Bev guarding him, talking trash, getting under his skin. You know it's going to happen.
I like Brandon. Obviously, you necessarily haven't asked my prediction, man. I like the Pacers to win this, if not in the sweep, man. A lot of Johnson out there. That's Miles Turner. That's a lot of Miles Turner for finishing at the rim. That's a lot of That's a lot of Siakam. Close mid-range game. What can I know. The big tall group between. He's decent at defense, man, but he can't block everything. He can't stop both of those. So I kind of feel like the Pacers. And with McConnell, man, McConnell has stepped up a tremendous play, especially good, as Tyrese was going through his shooting woes, man. McConnell wasn't going through any shooting woes, and he still had a lot of playing time stepping up, man. I even think McConnell should be, he won't get it. I think Sixth Man of the Year, I think that's probably going to somebody else. But he should get it, but will definitely be mentioned. But no, man, the Pacers have, Brand, they got the better team. And right now, put that thing in the third gear and show it.
Yeah. I think it's going to go 6, John. I really do. I think 6 games. I think Giannis will give it a go, if not in game 2, game 3 for sure. But
he's done this before, though.
Yeah, I like Pacers in 6.
Giannis has missed games, and they thought they was going, he's going to come back and we're going to win. They ended up getting swept.
I do think it's weird scheduling-wise. Obviously, game 1, Sunday night at Milwaukee, 7 p.m. Game 2, Tuesday night at 8:30. Game 3, Friday night, 5:30 here in Indianapolis, John. I'll still be getting off of work when that damn thing starts on next Friday night. And then Sunday night, 7 p.m. here in Indianapolis. So Friday,
man,
Sunday.
People are going to be leaving work. Hey, man, Brandon, come on, man. It's the first playoff game in a long time. Where it was like high stakes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Where it's high stakes, where we know we're going to come on. We got the edge.
Yeah.
I like the Pacers' chances, man. I mean, that thing, we talking about people going to be leaving work early.
Maybe I can go to the game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think the matchups are going to be key. Miles Turner needs to be able to step up. How will Turner handled? How will the Lopez Brooke Lopez, how much of a factor will be in this game? Pat.
Better team. And this is with prices without their second stars. You know what I mean? This is without Ben Matthews. Where they're in 3-point shooting, a good 3-point shooting night from the Bucks might extend this series. I kind of like you say to 6, but again, man, on paper and like what I've seen out of the Pacers, even in the inconsistent moments, man, with them, you know what I'm saying, losing to Cleveland and beating Atlanta, I still, you know what I'm saying, the Bucks get 1 maybe, this goes 5, you know, because this series gonna be rocking when they come back, and like I said, you know, all that. Giannis running with the ball and being a crybaby, all that stuff comes to play. Doc Rivers, you know what I'm saying? His Pornhub history, that's gonna come to play.
Damn.
You know how the fans are here. It is.
Western Conference, John, play-in games last night. Lakers beat the Pelicans 110-106. Lakers are the 7th seed. They're gonna. What do you get for that? You get to take on the defending champion Denver Nuggets, John. Zion, 40 points, probably his best game ever. And then he went out with an injury, which I don't know how much of an injury it really was. Maybe it was him sticking it to his team.
Injury, did it?
No, it didn't at all. And he goes out, they lose. Brandon Ingram didn't even play the final whatever minutes. Were they trying to lose?
Brandon, this NBA is strange. I know the world's ready for me, and it's coming to go scorch earth on IU and Omar Ballo. And like people would call it like they said Shaq was coming to Bloomington, Brandon. They said Shaq. I said that ain't. They said prime Shaq. He could be a prime Shaq. I was like, man, that ain't prime Shaq. That's prime Kendrick Perkins. But the point is, Brandon, like there's people, Brandon. I don't.
So what? Lost John. We lost John. We'll bring him back on. He probably has cell phone service gone. But no, it's crazy to me that the Pelicans last night, Zion's having the best game of his career, 40 points, throwing it up there, and then he gets hurt, and allegedly, John, you back?
I'm sorry, dude. I know people want me. The second thing I probably going to go scorch on is the NBA, and like, are these players really hurt, or like, what are they playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd expect in that game a little bit more competitiveness between, you know what I'm saying, from the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like Zion was hurt. You know what I'm saying? It was, but like Brandon Ingram, like, dude, like, where was he at? You know?
He had 40. I want to know where Brandon Ingram was at.
You know,
he played 25 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I know it was Zion. I'm saying, where's Brandon Ingram? Where's he at? So the Lakers move on. But like, yeah, you're right. They move on to play Denver. I don't think a whole lot of people have them favored to win a game against Denver. Just because Anthony Davis hasn't really matched up against Jokic, you know what I'm saying, in any type of, you know what I'm saying, it looked horrible last year against Jokic in him. I don't know on the other side of that, how the Pelicans kind of go from here. Brandon, we know they need, you know what I'm saying, better backcourt help, right? But again, I kind of look at the connectivity, man. This is y'all. They're going into their fraud. You know what I'm saying, Brandon Ingram is a veteran now, and like so the excuses in they're kind of like showing up, man. That's kind of like puts a question mark on that, or you know what I'm saying, everybody in that locker room, and that includes Zion Williamson.
Yeah, for sure. Look at the other side.
Man, you playing bagpipes for who?
John, the dynasty is over in Golden State. Once they had Chris Paul,
Damn.
that wrapped it. They went and just got the brakes beat off of them last night by the Sacramento Kings. Steph Curry looked tired. That game was over in the first 10 minutes. I don't care what anybody says. It was over.
I can't believe it, man. How fast has it faded, man? Don't you remember all them Golden State fans? Where they at, Brandon? There was a whole lot of fans, and I felt like they've been missing in action.
Right?
But I don't want to rub. It's not the time to rub. I'm not Skip Bayless.
Klay Thompson, 0 points, 0 for 10, 0 for 6. See ya.
What happened,
It's
man?
time for him to go. That's it. The man didn't work hard, John. When he got hurt, he coasted on the way in. He coasted back.
They're not, Brandon, they're not fast no more as they used to be. They're not fast.
Older.
I don't even know how could he get a contract that he's asking for like $29 million a year? You lose. That's why they had to rotate the general managers up out of there, man. He couldn't figure it out either, man. Dunleavy couldn't figure it out either, man. Klay Thompson, the play on the floor, figured it out. 0 points, man.
Chris
He's not
Paul,
going to be a Golden State Warrior. And
18 minutes.
Chris Paul don't count. We know Chris Paul don't count. He ain't going to be there no way. They couldn't find a good trade partner for him at all. He probably found his way finally to LA next year. You know what I'm saying? He probably needs to retire as a Clipper, but he probably found his way back to LA.
Is there any chance that Steph Curry would get out of Golden State with what the hell's going on there?
He took to my asking for a trade.
Yeah,
I don't know, Brad. I think, but he's like with Michael Jordan when they asked for a trade. I'm not saying he's on Michael Jordan level.
okay, but people say that about LeBron too, and LeBron asked for a trade, so he'll say about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant asked for a trade, so like it's not uncalled for.
Wait a minute. He's not as good as Curry. Kevin Durant is not in the hemisphere of LeBron James
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying superstar type of players asking for a trade is not unheard of. And if the Warriors aren't going to build pieces and they're not financially sound for that maybe they look, hey, Seth, where can we get you to finish?
Right, but usually behind all some of this is like unhappiness. And Steph's not unhappy. Steph is, you know what I'm saying, he runs the city of San Francisco.
Is he content?
And if you talking about
he's not going to win any more titles?
You talking about why they in a financial shambles is because he makes how much $1 million? He makes like $45 million a year. You know what I mean? So and then NBA guys don't restructuring, y'all. I mean, there's some type of like payout that they can do or whatever, but there's no like major restructuring like how they do in the NFL. It's a little different. But there's no restructuring where they get on. They are in salary cap hell because it's okay though. You pay for winning. How many championships did you get? Right? How many? But it felt like it went so fast, right? How far are we from that 73-9 team?
Right.
That you know what I'm saying. I thought that was the best team right there. But how far away from there?
Got your breaking news for you. I hate to do it. I hate to do it because I like the guy.
He's getting fired.
Nobody's getting fired yet, but I'm good. I'm debating on doing it, but I'm going to have to, John. My mind's there. My heart's there. Steph Curry, you're joining the likes of Kevin Durant. As long as you were on the Golden State Warriors, you will never win another NBA championship. I'm sorry. It can't happen. It won't happen. Unless drastic changes are made. That's the only way he can get out of that curse. Now, Durant, you curse. You're not winning a championship ever again. Steph, you can if you leave Golden State.
There's no better path for him to stay nowhere else. I don't know about that, Brandon. You're gonna have to look at the tape on that one, bro. Now they can get out of salary cap hell out of 1 year and not resign the homie, Steph, Klay Thompson, and I don't know what you do. I think one thing he's not on fire, so you got 1 more year of Draymond Green. There you go, and then you just make it. And then the other homie, Jonathan Kuminga, he's not getting resigned. Either he's probably your trade partner or something like that. But like, there's really no other There's no other way to go to a championship. He's not gonna go. He's not gonna go to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? They're on a different time clock. He's not gonna go to Denver. He's not gonna do that. So, Brandon, I don't know where he would go. He's not gonna go to Miami, New York. No, not where it could be better for you than Golden State. I don't think so.
Sorry, I'm going back in on Greg Doyle again. Greg Doyle just posted another thing. This is 9 hours later after after he acted like a pervert. 9 hours later.
He was unaware.
Yeah. Today, in my unequivocally oafish way, while welcoming Caitlin Clark to Indy, I formed my hands into her signature and shows the emoji. My comment afterward was clumsy and awkward. I sincerely apologize. Please know my heart, literally and figuratively, was well-intentioned. I will do better. Not good enough, Greg, you pervert. Not good enough. Some of the comments, John. Creep, weirdo, go back to dog walking. My comments, 8 hours too late, you big pervert. You knew exactly what you were doing. Just resign already. Indy Star, fire this clown.
Oh, wow.
Cringy and creepy, you stupid F. Nah, you knew what you were doing. Pack your bags. You had one job, a deep dive into left field. Respect anyone who owns a mistake. You need to do better. Not so arrogant today, are you, Greggy? Karma cut up with your ass. Don't let him off easy. John, it's top 10 in the United States trending right now. Just scorched earth. I love it.
Damn.
I love it.
Damn.
That tweet I just did, it's already got 75 likes. I just did it 2 minutes ago. That's how many people are just going in on this pervert. So I can't wait to hear what our friend's going to say tomorrow on his show. That's going to be great. But yeah, so I'm sorry, but I got to put Steph in that table, man. I don't think he's going to get another one. I don't. Not as long as he's there. Unless they just completely gut and make some weird moves to get better. But I think it's in the light that I have it for the land of irrelevancy with Kevin Durant. Pull up a seat next to him, Steph. You're there unless you leave, because it ain't gonna happen. Tonight's games.
Brandon, I'm gonna tell you this.
No, go ahead.
I thought about it while you were talking. Unless you said Orlando Magic wanted to swing for the fence.
No, he wants to go to a winner.
And wanted to shift. Okay, no. You gotta understand it. It's to tell his career. This is like live tour stuff.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So you be playing with Pablo Banchero in his prime, and make like maybe one or other two pieces because they got how many guards that they can Suggs we can send you how many guards they can send them. Anthony's little son. How many other pieces? The Atlanta Magic got draft picks still that they sitting on. But unless you saying something like that, or unless they wanted to do a deal with the Orlando Magic where they can get some deals, some younger pieces to come back. But he's gonna stay in Golden State. I don't see him leaving.
Man, I laugh every time. ESPN, they put something on there for like a play that happens with Jimmy Butler because they have it with his hair that he had beginning of the season. That's his photo for it. It's always a game changer.
That emo hair.
Yeah. Look at the Eastern Conference, John. We got the Heat and 76ers. Winner is the 7 seed, John. I think either one of these teams I think it's going to be Philly. I think Philly's going to beat Miami pretty easily tonight. But either one of these teams, I think, has a great chance they would have upset New York Knicks. I don't know if the Knicks can get. I think the Knicks are upset to set themselves up for an epic collapse in the first round.
If anybody can take, honestly, Brandon, if anybody can take anybody, the other teams of 6 or 7, it would be the Knicks. Just because of heart, I think they have a lot of heart. But talent. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? I know because he's a different maker for him. I know he missed a nice chunk of the, you know what I'm saying, post-trade of the season. So right now, they're a different team with him out there. They just are. So is he going to show up? But the other pieces of their team got a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? I you got to be the coaches. You just do. But you're right. I got them being upset because hell, I want the Pacers to play them. You know what I'm saying? To play them in the first round, and it just kind of shake out like that. But the Knicks are kind of like you can kind of see. I know why you say that because they're like you still don't necessarily believe in Brunson.
I don't believe in Brunson. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know why everybody's seizing him. Yeah, he's flashier once in a while. The man takes bad shots. He does. He doesn't hustle all the time. He's lazy, bad attitude. I'm glad we don't have that on our team. I'm not a fan of Brunson. There's a reason why he's not on the Olympic team. Hello.
I would say, Brandon, if they didn't allow so much ball palming that they did in this time era, like Brunson would probably be a reserve. You know what I mean? Realistically, he does take bad shots. He does also make some tough ones. And he is a leader. He is that leader team. They follow his. You know what I'm saying? And when they need a critical.
Well, when you got Daddy on the bench, of course you do.
But he makes the critical ones though, man, in the clutch, man. So, but again,
that team has a bunch of bad shooters, John. I've seen DiVincenzo take terrible shots. Brunson takes terrible shots. Josh Hart does stupid-ass plays. Like, that's going to bury you in the playoffs.
You got to like it when they bring everybody off the bench, man. And John, I don't know what happened, man. He got to the Knicks and lost his damn mind. He just turned up and got a little mouth on him. Where was all this sauce at when he was playing in Portland?
Or the Lakers.
You know what I'm saying? Where was all this stuff when he was playing the Lakers, man? It was like nothing, man. Other shit. If you was playing like this, man, LeBron might have traded you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna show him shade, man, because the fool talking about he don't like Indiana. I'm sorry, man. Whatever age team you was on, they whipped your ass. Or when Villanova came here and you had to play in Hinkle, you know what I'm saying? They whipped your ass, man. But like, don't be disrespecting Indiana, little heart. But that's kind of how I see him. But like, I kind of different things though. Like, yeah, he kind of goes one-on-one, a little crazy. But Brandon, the Knicks. Borrow time. I would put it like that. Borrow time.
Are you now? I'd have to find the clip of you a couple times last year. Year and a half ago, whatever it was. You were a big fan and basically crowning Tyler Hero, and then this year it's kind of just been I like the words epic collapse, right? Man,
he did. He started off hot. He started the first 3 weeks of the season off. I was like, man, he's ready, and he's back to his old self. I thought he was back to himself. Remember, he was talking about he was just as good as Trae Young and Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? Depending upon what happens, Brandon, there's going to be a lot of seat trading. Not necessarily with draft, like those people that you see in the draft. There might be a couple of it's probably gonna be some seat changing this summer, man, because teams can't necessarily. I mean, even players probably can't necessarily be happy in their roles with their team. You know what I mean? You alluded to Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? Again, like they've been they don't necessarily panic down there in Miami, but Tyler Hero, we had expected him to ascend to a little bit another level, and like right now, it's kind of like leveled out.
Yeah, totally agree. Let's bring our guy on real quick. D-Cop. We didn't get him on last week. D-Cop, what's going on?
Get him on, man.
Hey, fellas, I was a little concerned last week. I was listening to JB. I got to share this. Man, JB, listen, you pulled a good old cot, man. I'm going to tell you this, man. I didn't want to call in because I didn't want to interrupt your rant. You're on point, man. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, that's my boy.
I respect the game of, the basketball. My man talking about they've been running things for 30 years. I'm like, bro, wait a minute, slow down, man. You just got there. But
we chatted about that. We chatted. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk this much now. Don't do that. Don't act like you're the pinnacle, and he's not. So no. I just wanted to hear it, man. Because you had you had Brandon thinking, well, hell, is this JB Cott or Cott JB? Because it was good, man. I just didn't want to interrupt your flow, man.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was going, oh, no, I'm not going to mess this up. I said, this is good, man. So I just wanted to make sure I gave you your props, man. Publicly, because I gave you props privately. But yeah, man, I was like, hey, I love it, man. Every drop, man, every drop. So that was good.
Hey, man, what you think about this playoff run?
I'm gonna tell you first and foremost, I wanted New York. You gotta beat the best to be the best, right? I don't want to. Here's what we're gonna hear, right? More than likely, if Giannis doesn't play, Pacers will win this series. And you know what we're gonna hear, right? Well, Giannis was out. It doesn't matter. That's the only reason why they won. That's what we're gonna hear.
That's what people
Sorry
are
about that noise. Sorry about that noise. I opened the door to pick my cousin up here at Anderson, so you'll be all right. So my concern was, I'm like, why is everybody tripping on Milwaukee? Let's take New York. And the reason why I say New York, to your point, Brandon, they take a lot of bad shots, man. A lot of bad shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I just
a lot of bad threes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I believe that all those bad shots catch up to you. Look, man, if you look at those games where we played those guys, man, did we win it? We won the series, didn't we?
Yeah. Get the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Pacers are up. Yeah.
Yeah. And the way we match up with them is favorable for us, man. There's no dominant guy. They got the big guy.
No, the only team I was trying to press from the Pacers was the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, we talked about that, right? That's a bad matchup. But I like the Knicks just because if Brunson doesn't hit you for 34, we probably win by 12. You know?
Brunson,
and that's the thing for me.
That's a good little matchup, but that's still Ed Halliburton though, all the way.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't want Halliburton playing defense against any guard that's an aggressive guy. He is just not still. He's just not as interested as he needs to be in the other end. And I'm not talking about playing defense. And I know, people talk about this or that. I'm talking about just the basic stuff, man. I'm talking about blocking out, getting the rebound, being available for the outlet. He just seems so, more and more disinterested on that end of the court. The good thing about it is, with Milwaukee, their guards aren't those type of guards that are going to dominate, the play, right? So I think, he has a little bit of a break. Yeah, you got Dame Lillard, but my boy Nez is going to be on him. Nez is going to be on him, and Nembhard, right? Those two guys are going to probably be on him. But I just don't know that if Giannis doesn't play, aka the fake Greek, I think it's a 6-game series.
It's turned for him. It's turned for him. It's gone from he was the people's champ to like what I'm saying now.
Yeah,
like, man. Get him out of town, man. Yeah, I'm not out of town.
Yeah, man, all that running in the locker room for the ball, that just really soured me on him. If you think about it, have they played based off of that, man? Have they played when that series, when that game was over and everyone was hyped about his 53 points or whatever the hell he scored? They've they've diminished ever since then.
Right.
They haven't been a team. So yeah, I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of the Knicks either. But you gotta beat the team that's gonna.
I just want to see Miles Turner, man. If you telling me Giannis ain't there, Miles Turner go eat. I know I'm not saying Miles Turner's go eat. If Giannis ain't there, man, let's go. The Pacers up front they should be dominating. And I'm sure Carlisle knows who is and who ain't playing. And I would expect a whole lot of T.J. McConnell because he's deserving.
Yeah.
I mean, he's depending on the matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm gonna tell you this, man.
A whole lot of T.J. McConnell.
I think Pascal is going to have a big series in this too because you got Bobby Portis out there, but he's a tough player. But you got to your point, you got Miles on the other side, and then either you're going to have Jalen, Obi, or maybe just maybe.
It won't be right. It won't be wear down, but it'll be like, man, we don't have those. They don't have an Obi Toppin to like match that energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have a bunch of.
That's my point.
I get it. We don't necessarily have a Dame Lillard. Our Dame Lillard would be Ben Mattingly, of course, sitting on the sideline. But like, just for the face of death, it's probably like, you know, I get it, man. It'll be. Actually, I can see why y'all say 6, but I'm saying, man, look in the mirror, y'all. Have that mirror looking moment that Rocky Balboa had in Rocky 2, Rocky 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's playing with a foul, and man, just take care of business, man. The city gonna be on fire. I know that.
It's step by step, right? And that's the point, because my guy sent me my invite today, so we're gonna be both me and the loser are gonna be a game on Friday and on Sunday. We'll be a both. And absolutely. You know, that's different. That's not all-star game. That's different. And so the plan is, man, you know, you want to feel that playoff atmosphere, similar to when we played Boston on that Monday night for the in-season tournament, right? So that's what you miss, and that's what you want to be a part of. But I'm gonna tell you, look for this guy as a guy who's kind of undersold, who may have a big opportunity, and that's my guy, Nembhard. He's been quiet all year, but he's been
terrible.
Brandon don't like his brother.
I'm over it. I'm over Nembhard. Get him out. I see so many piss poor shots against Cleveland. No, at Cleveland. Turn the ball over, bad shots at Cleveland. He cost us that damn game at the end. He did.
No, he didn't. He did that damn game. He didn't cost us that game. No,
yes,
man,
he did.
What I'm saying to you, you know, he didn't cost us the game. We cost us the game because we got close and we couldn't take the lead. That wasn't Nembhard's fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. So his 3 for 9 shooting, 0 for 3 from threes, 4 turnovers, minus.
He had a listen, don't give me the plus minus, but that's the most overrated stat in the history of basketball. No, but it's the most overrated stat in the history of basketball. He didn't play well, but again, the other flip is you got a guy.
And he doesn't play well in big games.
Who's playing? Hold on, we haven't had very many big games. Let's stop it, Brandon. The thing is, you got TJ. Who's playing out of his mind, who's making Nembhard look like, well, you're not doing your part. Listen, there's a reason why he's in the starting lineup, and that's why he's steady playing 20 minutes a game, because he's giving us some things, right? It doesn't mean that it's always got to be the points, the numbers in the box score, this fake plus minus. I'll never understand plus minus. What don't get me started.
It's a metric. It's a metric that I had a hard time believing. Because there is some truth to it, but it ain't all. It ain't all. Be all to keep you on the court or take you off.
There's truth to a lot of metrics, but anytime I hear on XM86, the first thing I hear in all the shows is, well, plus and minus was this. I don't care, but come on, man. That's game time and circumstance.
Right, now I look at how many times the player got to the rebound. How many times he got to the free throw line. Did he get to the offensive rebound at certain positions? You expect offensive rebound. Right. You expect blocks.
Right.
If you expect assists at certain positions, you expect not turnovers at certain positions. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So that's where kind of plus I kind of break all that down. But sometimes it puts too much emphasis on one statistic over the other. I absolutely believe too much emphasis on it. But the thing is, he's not going to go in on someone, Nembhard. He's not going to go in and go 20, 10, and 6. I get that. But hit me a big shot, get a big stop, get a good rebound on the backside, because I promise you, Tyrese isn't getting that rebound, right? Going on the backside, get that rebound, get the outlet. Those are things that aren't marked in the box score, that don't go to plus or minus, but they're different making plays. And that's what I believe he has an opportunity to do. Yeah, he had a shitty-ass game against Cleveland. Well, Cleveland's over. It's in the rearview mirror. We got Milwaukee now.
So yeah, shitty-ass game against the Bulls, too. That should have been a win. I can go back to plenty of games. I'm looking at him right now. There's big games that he has not showed up for. I'm looking at all his whole game log.
Listen, Brandon, he's a second-round pick in his second year. Stop it. Come on, man. You can't sit here and act like Nembhard is Tyrese Halliburton. He's a second-round pick in his second year. This guy, I'm gonna tell you this. This guy, if he wasn't able to play, he wasn't a player, he would be on the bench watching.
He shouldn't be starting.
He's on the.
I don't care if he comes off the bench. He's not a starter. He is not a starter on any other team in the NBA. He's not.
Well, he's only playing for Pacers, so we can't count that. So what I'm saying is he's a starter for Pacers. He's a starter for Pacers because listen, he's a starter for Pacers because he hit 2 parts, right? Because T.J. McConnell, you can sit there and say you want, and he played excellent this year, beyond excellent. Last year when Halliburton was out, T.J. was in the starting line. Well, let me mention, T.J. was in the starting lineup, and listen, the scouting report had him covered. Okay, so let's stop this. Let's not act as though, okay, all of a sudden let's get Nembhard out and let's get TJ to start. TJ is in the right spot. He's coming off the bench with a second tier player, and the scouting report is not about him. That's perfect. That's perfect. This is about the team. This is about players.
Hey, while we got you, man, because I know you passionate about the person in basketball overall, man. I gotta ask you, man. This is the last time we seen Klay Thompson. Period. Or I know definitely it's Golden State. This is the last time we seen Klay Thompson. Period.
No, not at all. But I've been clowning all day on that. You remember how he always throws up the 4 rings, the 4 fingers for the rings, how he's throwing up in everybody's face? Did he throw up 0 for 10 last night? Did he go to 0 and the 1-0 last night? Or did he not do that? My point being is stay a little humble. You listen, you're not Draymond, meaning you're riding on the coattails of Steph. But listen, you've had an Achilles injury, you had an ACL injury. You're not the player you used to be accepted, right? He decides to turn down a contract in the summer. He's going to probably regret that. The only team that's going to pay him anything north of $15 million will be Golden State. And you know what that's going to do to him? You know what that's going to do to him? That's going to continue to handcuff him. You know why? Because their 4th best player is making $25 a year. Think about that. Think about that dynamic. You got your 4th best player who's going to be making 25 because he's not better than Kuzma. I mean, not Kuzma. I said Kuzma because it's Kuminga. He's the 4th best player making $25 million a year. And Thompson's going to be in that probably 15. I think they'll re-sign him because it's the old, hey man, he's been with us, right? Right. I think he's going to sign for 15 to 20 million a year. He'll be their 4th best player, 3rd or 4th best player, and then Draymond will be their 4th or 5th best player.
I think this fade away, man. This fade away. John Elway said he knew he couldn't do it no more. He said I was retired. Remember there was talk that they could have ran for another one.
I remember that. That's the Super Bowl deal, right? But
back in Denver, they went back to back. He was like, man, go for another. He was like, nah, man, retire on top.
Yeah. Think about what
I thought it was crazy.
Think about what Thompson says. I'm ready. I can play.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, you're a big guy. Give me 15 minutes a game. Okay? And he's not going to accept that. That's why he's only going to stay in Golden State. And they have that loyalty, just like Charles Barkley said. He told the GM, Bob Myers. He said, "Hey, listen, not Bob Myers. It's Bob.
Dunleavy's the GM now. Dunleavy's the GM now.
Yeah. Dunleavy. He says, "Hey, you got out just before the building collapsed, didn't you?" And everybody was clowning Charles Barkley when he said that. Now you when you rewind back, think about what Charles Barkley said now. Tell me how accurate that is.
Right.
Dude. Hey, Dale Davis Jr. was probably your 6th best player this year.
As for part playing time and what you know what I'm saying. Even if you go plus 5, man, Dale Davis Jr. kind of had a pretty good rookie season for them, yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, man. So yeah, they don't sign Klay because it's the loyalty thing. And all it's going to do, if they don't sign him, it's going to be interesting because they still got to pay Kuzma, Kuminga, they still got to pay other guys, right?
I don't know if they got to. They didn't deal it. They technically didn't deal it. So, yeah, you would think they're going to retain that, yeah. Chris Paul's gone.
Chris Paul's gone. He's gone. So again, I mean, we spent way much time talking about Golden State. I could give free shit.
I knew what your opinion on the global basketball.
But you know how I am, man. I love talking about my faces. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you this. In the East, I'm looking at the Philly Miami game right now. Philly just made a little bit of bigger push. They made a couple of steals now. They are out there Philly, Miami. Miami's up 2 points right now. But I'm gonna tell you this: it wouldn't surprise me if Miami beat Philly tonight. I just think they're more active, and also Embiid doesn't look like Embiid. By the way, I don't know if you all are watching the game or not. Embiid does not look. He's not hobbled, but he doesn't look the free flowing guy. They keep leaking out on him. They just leaked out on him again.
I'm kind of scared. I was like, man, them going on a win streak with him playing his spots and him dominating. That's one thing, but again,
Butler just hit the floor, man. He's grabbing his knee. He leaked out and he's grabbing his knee. But you know how it is in the NBA. It could be just one of those professional wrestling things, and he could be up in a minute. But Lonzo Mourning standing up, Pat Riley standing up. Everybody looks scared as shit, and he's still on the floor right now. I just think that it's the typical NBA. I'm soft, and let me have some people pay attention.
Oh man.
John, are you gonna be soft as Sharman, John, or are you gonna ask him?
Man, he's talking about no. I have an IU. Well, it's kind of a portal rant too. The portal makes
okay.
Like D-Cot, I don't understand the portal, man. These people are going from it's like lateral moves.
Hey, listen, it's like in business, right?
No. Go into more detail, John. Go a little bit deeper.
So listen, check it out. When this fool ass Danny Hurley says UConn been running for 30 years, that's what I say. Wait a minute, Kansas basketball when a recruit goes with a top McDonald's All-American, they still go to UConn. But before on their way to UConn, they stop in Kentucky. On their way to UConn, they stop in Duke. On their way to UConn first. I'm telling you, they stop in Duke and Kentucky first. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina too, before they get to UConn. So it's like, wow. So like now I'm seeing Arizona too, before they get to, well, maybe not Arizona, but Arizona's behind UConn. But y'all get my drift.
Right.
But I'm seeing a lot of lateral moves, man. A lot of lateral moves. So
you know why? Because guys are saying, hey, who's the highest bidder this year? And I'm gonna give you an example, and I don't like to use the example of the female game, but the young lady that went to LSU that left Louisville, I don't know her name, but she got torched.
I think the
tournament. Well, she left. My understanding is, I was talking to my guy. She left Louisville with $300,000 to go to LSU for $500,000. Now she's looking to leave again. But the problem is, my understanding, she was going to be like a top 10 pick coming out of Louisville. Now they're talking, and then I'm talking WNBA, right? I can't believe I'm talking WNBA. Yeah.
But the thing is, the coaches. The tape already exposed you on the floor.
Right.
So you might have did if you are basking in the sun in Louisville, don't just still jump on the LSU bandwagon. Yeah, y'all won that championship, but that's a team. What people forget, that's a team award.
Yeah.
I get it. Angel Reese is brand. I get it. Flau'jae Jackson is brand. But it's still the team award. South Carolina, they are a team. They all say it's team.
But you know what's crazy? But the crazy part about it is, though, man, it doesn't change. They're chasing that bag, right? And if I can get 200,000 more this year,
I'm not saying, right? I ain't saying because I ain't saying though. I mean, I get it. We opened up the doors and people when they said they found out a way how to channel money. But like the kid Roach, who you know what I'm saying, he was on his birthday at campus at 2. They told him he thought he was going to be. It didn't work out, man. Your own core play, it's not going to happen. You might be. He's a pro somewhere else. He ain't in the NBA, unfortunately. But not right now. You know how guys can work on their game. Michael Williams, if you remember the great pacer from back in the day, he just didn't jump off from the from college.
You talking about the kid we got from Minnesota with the Chuck Person trade?
Yeah. He was traveling.
Yeah, the point guard. Yeah.
We don't necessarily have
Chuck Person.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have stories like that no more. Yeah.
You remember that deal, right? That was Pooh Richardson and Sam Mitchell for Chuck Person and if I remember right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was
But you gotta have. I mean, sometimes guards and players like you might be 28 years old and probably get your shot.
What about what about the $1.3 million going to Shaq that's bringing that national championship?
Man, hey, man, unfortunately,
There's
man,
more people talking to today, John.
They said,
Let me
call
say
that
this.
dude. They said Shaq. I said, you talking about Boudreaux? I call him Blue Chip.
Yeah.
Boudreaux? Ain't no Shaq.
Yeah, that's blue. Hey, Davey, that's blue chip. That's blue chip. I'm gonna tell you this, right? So when I've been watching this, kind of following along with some of my IU guys, right? One of the things that's kind of disappointing, right? And as a fan, and Brandon, you could be this way too on the Purdue side. It doesn't feel, for me personally, right. I get why the kids are doing it, right? Because it's money, and like I said, 2% is gonna make the league, but it doesn't feel right. Bringing, again, I'll take him in. And don't be wrong. I know Mike has to turn over his roster, so he's got 6
Oh, he can play
he's got a field, right? Right.
Yeah,
he can
play
hoop.
basketball.
But you know what? But coming from the perspective of Indiana basketball, it's not organic. Why? Because this young man didn't start there, right? We all know this is paper play. That's why I think there's going to be a lot less attachment to teams and more towards individual players, because the teams are going to turn over pretty much every year, man. I've seen it.
Yeah, because everybody in the corner to see if will you take me? I don't know. I used to live in a world. Where even there was some doggone Americans that was better than sophomores. Or there was like even junior. Yeah, coaches developed. Right. Coaches develop players, and you know what I'm saying. But like now, we got players I started Calipari. He does. He's had lottery picks, and like you don't have the title to show up for him. He had to get out of town.
Well, because he couldn't develop, man. That was the thing. Look, that dude, he left before the posse came to get him. Okay, he left before the posse. If you remember those Westerns back in the day, the posse. Yeah, he left before the posse came to get him. The thing for me is, with regard to these players, listen, we talk about loyalty, right? Coaches stopped being loyal years ago. Players aren't loyal. But here's what is changing. Is changing the perspective of collegiate sports. That's what is changing. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying it's different, and it's a different taste, and you're gonna have to readjust your sight line. You're gonna readjust your sight line for what you're seeing right now. You just have to, man, because it's not the same as it's not coming back.
I still don't. Right. I don't still. What I'm saying is, Duke's still gonna be Duke. Kentucky might have a down year, but eventually they go to Kentucky and find a way to get everybody that they freaking want. North Carolina, I get it. They got upset this year, but they still North Carolina. That's the only thing that really keeps the ACC alive. Duke and be honest with you, they basketball. And then Kansas, the Duke Grady Dick, he went to the draft. You know what I'm saying?
The greatest name ever. The greatest name ever.
Hibachi, the dude Hibachi, when he was player of the year in the Big 12. He just traded to the Toronto Raptors. He just waited, like Bill Self just waiting for his next crop to come in. It's in the cycle. So I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? We got even on the ladies side, man. Oregon, they got ladies go from Oregon State to like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like it's a lot of moves. You know what I mean?
So do we stop being loyal? Do we stop being loyal? Do we stop wearing our collegiate jersey?
Here's the thing, though, Brad. Here's the thing, though, D-Cop. Like, sports, though, once you get into that program, if it's about anything, like, whatever allegiance you had, like, all that fanfare, like, talking on the, like, I'm transferring. Like, dog, now you in the program. So if anybody on the lady side is transferring and staying in South Carolina, you going into the program. It's about South Carolina. It ain't about your brand. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
anybody transferring to Duke, right? Think they transferred to Duke. If Duke wants you like that, you transferring into that. This little homie, Ballo, yes, brother, you got to. They gonna make you feel the pressure. Like, dude, where's Ballo at?
Yeah.
Like the media. Where's Ballo at? Ballo had 15 against Eastern Michigan. Like, okay, what did Ballo have against Michigan State? This is what we paid our money for, and then unfortunately that was more scrutiny on Mike Woodson. You know what I'm saying? But again, Ballo, go ahead.
No. I want to say you're exactly right, and that's what's going to make the determination whether these guys continue to do that again. Because again, keep moving, man. That may not be the answer. Maybe you pick. Because here's why I said, you got to have guys that have their family and someone who's in their best interest. Not just moving for the big pay. It's got to be the fit, because your payday can come from the fit, right? Your payday can come from the fit where you're at, and it can make it happen. But they're not staying long enough to figure it out. And I think that's the big fear right there, right? Because again, basketball's not like other sports. You got to have some camaraderie. You got to know, God, I like to fake right and go left. I like to go to my left, and vice versa.
I mean, I was with you guys. I know we've been going long. I think that kid, McNeely, he made a mistake. I know. I've been super critical on IU and all that. I think he made a mistake.
Yeah, the big kid.
What he committed?
Yeah, because he didn't know. But that's the thing, though, JB. He didn't know what was coming. Why? Because it's so fluid. You know, I think Liam or something like that, right? So I think he should. You hold tight and see what happens. It's basketball, man. You can change your mind in May or June.
Correct.
You don't have to wait. You don't have to change your mind in
But
February.
somebody needs to tell you, like, dude, if you on the IU campus and playing basketball, just soak it up.
Well,
if you're getting paid, whatever, just soak it up. If you're on Duke campus, you on Kentucky campus, and you think it's better over there on Illinois, bro, you might as well just turn pro. Unless the pros had already told you, like, we don't want you. You a G leaguer at best. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see what happens. They talk is that he might, flip his mind and go back. We'll see. It depends on where the players are, because he needs a guy like the kid from Arizona, right? He's not your center. He's a little light in the pocket, so he'd be a good fit in Indiana with the big kid from Arizona, right? And then they're trying to surround him with some shooters. I'm hearing they got the kid from the freshman year from Washington State.
Washington State.
Yeah. So
they're also working on another kid named last name Bray from Dayton. I get some tape on it for you. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Well, send that to me.
The Ballo kid,
we'll see what happens.
He'll fit in nicely at IU. I think he'll fit in nicely at IU, especially with the bigs. They do well down there. Yeah. He'll fit in well. He'll get to the pros. Woodson will help turn him like they did with Ware and Jackson Davis. So I don't have a problem there. Plus, he fits in well because just like IU losing to Purdue, I mean, he's already lost to Purdue and Arizona, so he should fit in well.
You know what, Brandon? Why did I think that you were going to go a call without sitting that dagger at me, man? But I got to tell you this. I hadn't called since the championship game, and this is all honesty. I got nothing but love for Zach Edey, how he played, the respect of how he went about his business as a mature player, player of the year, obviously in the country. I'm telling you, man, I sat and watched that game. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not watching basketball thinking about Brandon, but I'm watching basketball, watching Purdue, thinking, damn, I said Brandon's probably smiling. That kid impressed me. He should be a drafted player. He should be a drafted player. They hit him, they kept hitting him, and he kept playing. And that piece of shit, Draymond Green, who fucking talked Draymond Green, who talked that shit about him quitting. Draymond Green's a piece of shit. I'm so glad they lost. I'm so glad they lost because you talk this shit. You're not there. This guy played 40 minutes. Well, 39 and some change. 40 minutes.
But from game to game, it's crazy.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, right? He played. He didn't complain. He went about. This dude's 7'4", 300 pounds, close to 300 pounds, and he took his big ass up and down that court every time. And when they needed a bucket, guess where they went to? And he delivered for the most part.
They guard plays got to get better. They guard plays got to get better.
I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit that. And I don't like rich kids anyway, right? I don't like Smith anyway. He plays like he's better than he is. He kicks his leg out like he's so good. He walks. He on the court. You see him. He's out there playing like his shit doesn't stink. I don't like the way he plays.
Oh man,
I don't like him. I don't.
He came for Brady.
I'm just being true. Listen, I'm just being true. I don't like his arrogance. Him and the other guy that's balding. The other guy, number 2, number 3, or Brandon's number 3, number 2. All this shit he talked the game before. Oh, Reverend Crowder, where was he at? Was he 1 for 8, 1 for 7?
And missing free throws. And he missed free throws.
Yeah. So stop talking until you get some wins against competition where guys are better than you. And they didn't do that. They failed Edey. Edie didn't fail them. That team failed Edie.
No,
and I'm
man,
gonna tell you one more piece. The coach failed Edie. You got to take him out in the first half and give him a breather. This dude, at that second half of the game, he was gassed, but he still played like it was in the first half, man. Some of that goes on the coach too, and we don't. I know Purdue faithful doesn't want to blame the great coach coming after Katie, but if you don't get that guy rest in that first half, he's gonna slop a little bit in that second half. Now he didn't drop a whole lot, but he was in a hell of a lot fresher when that lead went from 8 to 14.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm just saying. Sure, absolutely, man.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you were part of the sports betting with Jonte Parker or Porter?
Let me tell you this, right? I wasn't with him. I was worried about getting this business off the ground, this barbecue business down south. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? Listen, I think that the league is wrong. I think they're 1,000,000% wrong. Everything. I'm here at my cousin's, job. He bet on. He didn't bet on all I see.
He bet on his own team to lose.
I understand. I get it. You're a human being. He can't play in the NBA. Listen, I get it. I get all what you're saying. I'm here. I see Caesar Sportsbook. I hear play. I see lines everywhere. I hear everybody talking. If you think he's the only kid, and I'm gonna call him a kid, who bet on himself or others, you're out of your damn mind. He was just dumb the way he did it.
But Decon, he wasn't betting on himself in the positive light. He bet on himself.
No, I understand.
To be less, and he took himself out for fake injuries.
That's why he took himself out, because he got to get that money. I'm not saying it's okay.
Oh man.
What I'm saying is I don't like the life. I don't like the lifetime ban.
I do. You got to set the standard.
You know it. We ain't have it.
I mean, give the guy a 3-year ban. You got a referee that was fixing games, right? You got guys.
He's still playing in Canada. They got a Canadian basketball league. They got Australian basketball league.
But you know what I'm saying. Right?
I will have you playing basketball. No, man. I'll have you playing basketball. Did you see what Chris Porter is playing? I'll have you playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Adam Silver.
Well, let me ask you this.
If you're
21 years old, right? He's 21, 22, right? So I want you two to harken back when you were 21 and 22. And if the internet was out and Facebook and social media was out, how comfortable would you feel in showing the life of Jonathan Birdsong from 19 to 22? Yeah, me too. Me too, JD. Well, me too. And that's all I'm saying.
People know me as a dad. Most people know me as a dad. Some people know me as, something more than a dad.
Hey, quietly, we talk.
Limousine riding, jet flying.
Yeah, but my point. But all I'm saying is, it's unfortunate for him. He's done. But again, everything, all the signage about betting is everywhere, man. I just don't know how you can stop it. And I'm gonna tell you this: I'd be willing to bet you that 15% of the players in the league are betting on NBA games. I'd be willing to bet you that. I wish I had a way I could share and show.
I don't know, Decon. I thought that myself, but when I was listening to the Sports Gambling podcast I listen to every week, and they went in this week on all the checks and balances they do and just how they investigated and found out that he was actually betting. They have
the numbers.
They're great checks and balances on doing it.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, right? You get greedy, right? So I'm here at my cousin's job, right? There's cameras there. If you go to the sports book, they have microphones and they've got also cameras in the sports book area, right? So if I'm on my phone looking at, well, I don't want to say what I'm looking at late nights and stuff like that, but if I'm looking at something I shouldn't be looking at, they can see that. That's why when I'm at the sports book, I would cover my phone because they can see that. What I'm saying is this: if you're gonna do something, man, do it like anything else. Do it in moderation. Those guys are doing it. You don't think there's guys? My cousin from the neighborhood, he wants to make a few $100 every week. You don't think I'm gonna give him some insight and he can make a couple $100 every week and he's straight? Yeah, Brandon, you know this. Imagine, Brandon, think about how excited you are when you hit that 4-teamer for $280.
That's worse than inside shirt.
Brandon,
that's worse than inside shirt.
Brandon.
That's worse than inside shirt.
I'm with you. But hey, listen. Hey, she was only in jail for a little while. What's the lady's name? Snoop Dogg's girlfriend, the cooking chick.
You talking about Martha Stewart?
Yeah. So Brandon, think about it. You not talking about this. I'm gonna go downstairs in a few minutes, and I'm hitting this little wheel. It has red and black. It has some numbers on it. I get that 280. I'm pretty damn excited. I'm gonna say this. Oh, of course, black 26, man. Come on. So with that said, or 28. So with that said, or red 9, if your boy Brandon is with you.
I was there last Thursday.
You gotta text me and let me know, man. You know I'm mobile, man. You know I'm mobile. So, but with that said, though, Brandon, we hit that 280, man. Just like we were at Shelbyville with you and your boys. Hey, man. Hey, I'm ready to roll. I leave out there, man. I'm posting. Hey, I got my numbers right. So, oh, you only won 280. If I do $280 a couple times a week, hey, talk to me, man. That's a win. So all I'm saying is it doesn't have to be big numbers. It can be in moderation. We talk about that all the time. So again, I promise you, there are guys out there doing it, man. They're helping their boys from the neighborhood, their friends here or there. Right. Just throw a little something out there. Why not? But you can't track that.
Why not? No, man. It's
I won't say why not. Well, what I'm saying is, why wouldn't you do it for your boys and your people, right? Especially if it's a low in moderation. A couple $100, yeah, they can watch everything. They're watching the 4 figures, the 5 figures, the 6 figures, the 7 figures. They're not watching, $180. Come on.
But these people making big money bets, man.
Well, I know. I believe it. But you know what? But it's just like saving, right? If you build it up every week, every month, it piles up.
Yeah,
again,
right.
I know I didn't want to get on the betting thing, but again,
that's okay, hey, man.
He made a mistake.
Yeah,
he made a big mistake, and it cost him his NBA career. But to your point, Brandon and JB, he can go to Canada, he can go overseas.
Yeah,
he's got an agent. That's what you got an agent for, to make those things work for you. So we'll hopefully he lands on his feet, man. But everything points to him being a not so bad kid. Everything says he's not a bad kid. He's got bad advice.
Since now they paying NIL. Hey man, since now they paying NIL, like NBA players that don't make it, can they come back to the league? To the NCAA?
Hey, wouldn't that be like, hey, where's Robert Vaden when we need him, JB?
Oh my God.
Hey, D-Cop, he may not have been a bad kid, but they said the same thing about Michael Myers, and we know how that turned out.
Well, okay, you had to bring that up. Okay, fair enough. But you know the neighborhood I'm going, right? Sometimes you make these decisions, man. I listen, between 19 and 21, me being overseas in Stuttgart, West Germany, I'm so glad the internet wasn't out, because you all would probably have me banned of seeing some of the things I did from 19 to 21 as a
How old are you now?
In Europe. I want to disclose that. I'm older than that.
I was going to say, I'm trying to get you banned now, let alone in his 20s.
Man, it was crazy, man. But no, it's good stuff, man. If you guys want to do something, if you all want to do something next Friday or Sunday game-wise, let me know as soon as you can, and maybe we can hook up and do something live, or we can maybe do the game thing and see where we are, man. I would love to hang out with you guys, and we can go live in person, man, and have some fun, man, for sure.
All right, D-Cop. Take care, my man.
All right, fellas. Y'all be safe, man. Hey, red 9, black 26, black 28. We'll see what happens.
There we go. That's our guy, D-Cop. Mm-hmm. All right, John. A couple minutes. Kind of hit up quite a bit with him.
Yeah.
I know you were scorched earth on the transfer portal and people leaving, going to. I know you were upset with Jeremy Roach. He got some bad intel.
Somebody going to Kentucky?
What about Mark Pope, man? Did you see that arena was sold out when he got introduced with that 96 trophy getting off the bus?
Hey, man, that 96, that team he was on was pretty damn good. They one of the best teams you ever seen.
Oh. I mean, we'll see. DeForest Buckner, 2-year extension, $46 million with the Colts. Thoughts?
I mean, it's kind of interesting where they spending their money at, so kind of tells y'all. while there ain't been no big name movement coming in, they still extending guys within the, within the confines of the coach. It's what he does. Like, don't be surprised, y'all. Like, he's not gonna. At this point, Brandon, I'm not gonna. If Brock Bowers is there at 15, he's not gonna pick him. Even if me, he's not gonna pick him. He's gonna pick a cornerback.
Yeah,
something crazy. But like that's a coach. That's what's going on in his mind.
Next week we will be live for our show on Wednesday night. I gotta check on that. But we will definitely be live Thursday night for the NFL draft. Myself and Jonathan, we will be on the Epic podcast. They come on here at 8 o'clock. They actually just started probably. But we'll be on there as we do a live draft show for the first round with them as the picks are made with our instant thoughts and chats for the 2-3 hours. John, you better make sure you got some plugins ready for your phone and such
Oh my goodness.
to get your insights. But we'll be there live. It looks like Jaden Daniels right now has moved up to number 2. The Vegas odds have put him at number 2 to the Commanders now.
Kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. They had Sam Howell in-house, like, for the past couple seasons, man. He didn't do bad for statistically. We don't look at the interceptions. Let's look at, like, the touchdowns and, like, him holding on to the ball. It's not necessarily great something, but, like, they moved on from that. They definitely going to pick a quarterback, so they kind of tipped aside to Jay Davis. We'll see what the kid got on the pro level.
Yep, absolutely. Last thing, I have John Scotty Scheffler.
Shame on you.
Won the Masters.
Shame on you, Scott Scheffler. Oh, my goodness.
Scotty. Called it.
Upward.
So good for him. Got the dub.
Yeah.
And he's in this week's
RBC
Heritage.
He crushed it. I know we got to talk a little more sports, man, but listen, man, I know I don't have any, on the Cubs. on the Reds, but the Cubs, man, last night, my goodness, they wasn't going to stop hitting last night.
Yeah, Reds lost 3 straight. They just lost all 3. Got swept by the Seattle Mariners. Not good. After sweeping the White Sox, you go out to Seattle and you get swept.
Yeah, I still think the best team to look right now is still going to be the Dodgers, man. Mookie Betts, again, another solid performance out here. And everybody. It's weird, though, that the Shohei stuff kind of went away. My guy's looking at 16 years in penitentiary for his betting allegations. Is this guy who's supposed to stole the money and hid the money. But, Shohei has separated himself, and Major League Baseball has separated themselves from that controversy. Yeah. And Dodgers are, in win mode.
Yep. John, I'm surprised you ain't down at AEW tonight, down there at the fairgrounds.
Man, watch that news, man.
Love it. Last thing I have, be a good person, do the right thing, don't be a pervert. When you need to be professional, you're better than that. We're up to 127 likes right now, John, and the comments are rolling in. So he's moved up to.
Well, we got to talk about my personal opinion on Caleb Clark coming in. I'm not going to say I got a crush on. That's kind of like weird.
No, he's
but
just
like, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. The WNBA draft, like nobody kind of ever really like pays attention to unless you're like a hardcore WNBA person, right? And like their draft the other night was like MTV level, Grammy level, like they had decked out Prada, decked out, other name designer, they were there. And the lady, for them making, for them to be making, I think a lot of our homies put out, with their average salaries, like, hey, Clayton Carson would make like $76,000 over, 3 years. It's going to make like $390,000 or something like that. Excuse me, Brent. Believe me, all that's going to jump up. I believe that all that's going to jump up. If you can sell tickets in Gainbridge Fieldhouse for a draft, and the lady ain't even there, and y'all just showing it on the screen. Like, my goodness, the Caleb Clark effect is, and she ain't played not one iota of basketball here, here in the state of Indiana, man. Indiana's opened up with the open arms. I think she's up for the challenge of making that particular team a little bit better. Who's going to be the leader of the team, Aaliyah Boston, her or whoever else. All that's kind of going to shake out. They have an exciting piece right now. And I think everybody kind of needs to kind of salute that and not necessarily make it weird. I'm all for it, man. Like, Brandon, our show last several seasons has been dominated in this time period between late April, early May, where we gearing up for racing. We got racing notes ready to go. If you had called in 929-477-3301, we would have talked to you and chat about it, right? But we kind of pushed it to the back burner. We'll talk some more racing as we get closer to the 500, right? But right now, man, it's all basketball, and the Pacers are winning. IU's trying to win, right? There's rumors, you know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying, Matt Graves, you know what I'm saying, re-signed up with Indiana State. There's confident leadership down there from a basketball standpoint. And Caitlin Clark, one of the greatest basketball players in the women's game, is playing for the Indiana Favor, man. How can you not be losing your mind about that in this time period for Indiana basketball, man? Overall as a whole, man. And I don't forget, Purdue ain't lost a step. Yes, they lost ED, but they ain't lost a step, man. So, like, all those things kind of play a part in the culture of basketball that is the state of Indiana. Caitlin Clark is here, y'all. And as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, that the WNBA concerned, you know what I'm saying, we'll go see. I think it's going to be great. Let's ready to roll them out. Okay, I think that the season starts like May the 14th, I believe. Don't double check me on that.
Yeah.
But, like, nah, man, I think it's great that she's here. And, like, what comes with her is, like, a lot of fanfare. Saturday Night Live, a lot of fanfare. You know what I'm saying, big-time commercialism, man. And, you know, all that's going to work in her favor, and I think WNBA's favor overall.
Sounds good. John, do you want to give us our parting words tonight?
Oh, man, we're going to have – I know we had a great show tonight. D-Kai chopped it up. Again, we talk a lot of culture of basketball, how deep and passionate we are about it. D-Kai is a notable IU fan. That's why we just kind of picking on him tonight about their signing, man. Me and Brandon ain't necessarily – I mean, I'm not necessarily wild about Ballard. Like I said, Ballard's a great – he's a good player. Again, they're going to need more than Omar Ballard to help them get over the hump. But, like, no, man, we had a great show tonight. We want to thank Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance for sponsoring our show. We want to thank Mavericks Cups Motorsports for sponsoring our show as well. How can we do our Crossroads Sports without them? So next week, we're going to have a fantastic show, man. Ball State alumni, former women's basketball player, standout. Is going to be joining me and Brandon on the podcast, man, next week. Portia Green. Y'all, I'm excited. Me and her already chopped it up, Brandon. It's gonna be a great show that we're gonna have next week, man. So I hope everybody stay tuned as we kind of chop it, you know what I'm saying, hype that up.
Have we confirmed our guy for 2 weeks?
Still working on that, man. Hey, man, with Brandon Brantley, like I said again, man, we try to get Coach Brandon Brantley, the assistant coach from Purdue basketball, to kind of come on. Let's talk about the season about Purdue. And it was last couple because Brandon ain't come on like well, he was on here with last week. Last season, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we need to get it fresh too. The season's over.
Yeah, we want to get a check-in with a friend of the program, and you know they have the Crossroads faithful. You know what I'm saying. A lot of people kind of question, you know what I'm saying, Purdue and like what they did and how they moving. You know what I'm saying. But how can you question a winning program? You know what I'm saying. They got to the Final Four, got to like you know what I'm saying. Rick Mount, one of their great standout from their lineage, said you don't remember number 2, but like man, unfortunately, man, some of us do. And I get it, Purdue didn't win the championship, but hey, man, the winning ain't gonna stop. So, like, man, I'll figure it out. I'll send out another, you know what I'm saying, leaflet to, you know what I'm saying, to Coach Bradley, man, see if we can get him on. But like, yeah, next week, Portia Green's gonna be on with me and Brandon Reese, man. It's gonna be excellent, man. I can't wait. Until then, man, I'm John Person. That's been Brandon Reese, Crossroads Sports, man. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening